G'day guys, just Rob here. Just doing a video response to Sean's, aka mediaassault's 800 subscriber competition, which is sort of running at the moment. First of all, congratulations to him for reaching 800 subscribers. It's a really good effort. I had sort of three questions. First one was, what's your favourite genre? Second one was, if you had to recommend one movie from that genre, what would it be? And third one was, he was wearing a t-shirt and he wanted to know which sort of show or movie that shirt was from. I'm pretty sure it's from Firefly. I'm pretty sure. Yes, probably my favourite genre. Probably, yeah, I might go perhaps a little bit different, perhaps to what other people might. So, I'm certainly a huge fan of animated movies. So that's probably my most favourite genre. In terms of trying to pick one movie, that I think that might be perhaps a little bit tricky. Mainly because there's just so many different sort of style and different sort of, sub-genres of animation, so it's perhaps a little bit hard perhaps to sort of pick one. So I actually do have a bit of a stack of movies here. I might perhaps just sort of list perhaps a couple in each in each of the genres, then perhaps just recommend one, overriding one. Probably my most favourite animated movie of all time, because I'm definitely a huge fan of 80's animation. That's probably my most favourite sort of type of animation, especially anything rotoscoped is usually pretty good. So probably my most favourite one would have to be Heavy Metal, which is, I think, is just a fantastic movie in terms of visuals and just great sort of fantasy storyline telling to it. It's just, yeah, it's definitely my favourite one of all time. It's definitely one worth a watch if you want to get into some good animated movies. In terms of probably the most famous director or animator from the 80's would have to be Ralph Bakshi. So anything by him is usually pretty good. A few of his films have got Fire and Ice, which is a really good. It's really good. Definitely got some good rotoscoping in that one. Probably my second favourite would have to be my primary favourite actually would have to be American Pop. It's another great one of his. If I had to recommend one, it probably would be he did a version of Lord of the Rings, an animated version of Lord of the Rings back in 1978. I've got sort of a special box edition there of it. Definitely, yeah, that's definitely great. Just great visuals in that one. Great mixture of sort of hand-on animation and sort of live action rotoscoping, just sort of mixed together. It's definitely a great effect. So that's definitely one to watch. You can find that. If you want to perhaps go to something with perhaps a bit of a mixture of sort of live actors and then animation mixed together, it'd probably have to be Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's definitely a great movie. In terms of probably Disney, probably might go a bit of a cliche and probably say something like Fantasia, which has got a bit of classical music in that. So if you perhaps don't like classical music, then you probably something like 101 Dalmatians is probably another. That's a really good movie. I always thought. In terms of probably like clay animation or stop animation, probably perhaps a Gumby. It's really good stuff. Or Wind in the Willows is another really good sort of clay animation. I had to perhaps recommend one. Probably go perhaps Wallace and Gromit. I think that's just great visuals and really good characters and great sort of storylines in them. In terms of anime, which is probably one of the most sort of famous types of animation, probably Ghost in the Shell, probably the most common one you probably suggest. In terms of if you want to perhaps go really sort of old school, really sort of early 80's sort of anime, I'll probably go something like Go 13, the Professional. Just really great details, right? Sort of lots of detail in the animation and just really nice colours and it would take an age to animate. I reckon. Just really good attention to detail on that. Probably the most famous, sort of art studio, probably for anime, probably have to be the studio Ghibli ones. Probably would have to be Porco Rosso, about a flying pig. Which probably a lot of people haven't sort of heard about that one. But I had to perhaps recommend one, probably Princess Mononoke, or probably Nausicaa Valley of the Winds, which is probably, this one's about 2 hours long, this one, so it might be perhaps a bit long for certain people, but probably at least if you want perhaps a little bit shorter, probably definitely Princess Mononoke. In terms of probably if you want to go into some foreign sort of anime, animation, I got it's an Italian animated film. It's kind of like a sort of a copy of Fantasia, kind of like the same sort of a bit of a their version, I guess, of Fantasia. Yeah, it's got sort of short animated sequences with sort of classical music over the top. Definitely worth a watch. Or probably Fantastic Planet, which is a French animated movie. In terms of probably CGI movies, probably recommend Final Fantasy, which is a great sort of movie, great visuals and pretty good storyline to that one. Or in terms of probably newer sort of stuff, new sort of CGI type ones. I'm probably not a huge fan, say, of the Pixar and DreamWorks ones. I'm perhaps a bit of a snob, perhaps, when it comes to the newer sort of movies. I'm definitely a fan of the old style sort of hand drawn stuff. So I sort of tend to sort of disregard some of the newer stuff, which I probably shouldn't do. But yeah, but certainly I think. But I really enjoyed WALL-E and Ratatouille. And obviously you got Avatar. That's probably one of the best sort of computer generated type animation of recent times. And then of course you've got sort of newer sort of movies that have sort of been made perhaps in sort of the older sort of style. So you've got in terms of clay animation, you've got Fantastic Mr. Fox, and in terms of sort of hand drawn, you've got the recent Disney one, Princess and the Frog, which is sort of, I think it's probably the last sort of hand drawn one, or at least in that style, at least from Disney, to sort of come out in recent times. So that's my little list of just really good animated movies. Hope you enjoyed that. If anyone wants to make perhaps some comments about movies they perhaps suggest to me, definitely some 80's ones, or even the newer sort of Pixar ones, definitely. So next time I'll see you later. Thanks for that. Bye.